Hello everybody, in this video I'm talking about where you can find the Gnarled Saw. Many people ask me how to get it in No Rest for the Wicked. And this is a two-handed great sword. The thing that because it's two-handed, you have lots of damage built in, and it's super fast relatively to a slow two-handed weapon. It's super impressive. Because of that, you can actually synergize it with healing, for example, because you're going to hit pretty fast. If it's a slow weapon and you hit a bit, it really doesn't happen a lot. And right now, the meta in this game, especially the Crucible, really benefits from fast-hitting weapons. And this is something that is unlikely to get nerfed, again, because this is how it is, compared to something that is totally broken. Even if you just use the ring or you have the 2%, you're still going to get lots of healing. But if you're going to go something crazy like 3 rings of extra damage, you probably benefit with the ring as well. Now, other cool things, first of all, it looks amazing with element, especially with fire, because the game is so dark. So it just looks absolutely beautiful. You see, I got it with 8% extra E damage, would give this the element. I don't actually need focus, by the way, because the build I'm actually using doesn't really matter. Now it has the heavy attack, which look, it moves actually. Look at that, it moves and then attack. This is a crazy range. You won't believe it. Once you get used to it, you're going to limit enemies. They won't be able to touch you once you recognize their attack pattern. And not just that, it is massive damage, much more than the regular attack. The regular attack, as you can see, is super fast attacks, combo attack, which is amazing as well. Again, most of the two-handed weapons are very, very slow. So it's super stylish, especially, by the way, against the Crucible boss. So again, with my build, basically, I don't really care about damage. I actually want the boss to damage me because it deals more damage to himself when he's hitting me than I actually dealing to him. So basically I just let the boss hit me and he will die. And this was the most stylish combat in the game by far, especially when I have this weapon and when comboing and the boss with his weapon, the Echo Knight. It just looks incredible. Remind me kind of a Star Wars type of combat. It's really satisfying, beautiful to watch. Now, as I mentioned, aside from having good range, which you can actually use and time it right to hit the enemy, for example, you don't need to be close, the distance is really great, so if you time it right, you do well. You don't need to get even close to enemies if you don't want to. So again, if you don't know what's going to come ahead, and having both close range ability and also long range, it feels like a spear, to be honest. Because you have so range, you can actually time it right and hit enemies from far, not even get hit. And long as you have mana, you can actually combo forever. The 2 attacks, last slash, and you can continue, by the way, doing so if you have enough mana. Just continue comboing, and you can actually time the attack, the last attack, to continue the combo the moment you want it. So we can just wait for the enemy, for example, to lift the shield and then start the combo again. So it's so versatile, and that's the reason I love this weapon so much. It just fits against any single enemy in terms of the rhythm of the combat, the delays, the shield when it raises, so I can time the combo attack right to push it in and not let the enemy attack me. Amazing. Just so you know, I have 2 more, and blue ones, which I can use them, by the way, if I want to use focus, I mean, use some of the skills, I can, because I can just embed in one. Again, hopefully they will offer some ways to actually extract it out, so you can try different things. But again, I'm just keeping them just in case I want to do something, although I'm moving on to another build with a non-strength one, but definitely these are keepers. I'm not going to delete them, they're here to stay. Now I got mine pretty early on, just so you know, and I find it both in the world and also in Crucible. Actually, I'm going to show you that somebody asked me if I got any Crucible. Yes. Because some think maybe, you can't really get, several of them or something like that. It's a very rare weapon, yes, but you can still get it in the world and in Crucible. So I know people will ask me which enemy drops it you're going to see here in this part of the video. Again, this is in Crucible. The thing is, I got several of them, but the one that I have is actually the best one among all of them. But to be honest with you, because of the combat attack, because of the synergy with the healing, even if you get it, it doesn't really, again, if it doesn't have really maybe big negative perk, if you decide to enchant it, everyone, even if an empty one, is going to be amazing. Keep in mind, it's not the only enemy that drops it, I think. It's just that in this particular instance, that the enemy that drops it. Alright, keep this in mind. And one last thing, by the way, this is regarding the rhythm of the game. Because if you combo with it, you actually know how to time it right against different enemies. Because the combo, when you actually hit enemies, they actually prevent them from actually, some of them, preventing them from actually attacking you. To kind of mini stagger. And because you're comboing, you can make some of the enemies, not the big ones, but the small ones, it will be very, very difficult for them to hit you. So overall, a must-have weapon. Now you know, you can get it in the world, you can get it in Crucible. Super fun. Too many advantages. Too many. I'm just saying, I wish I just had more of it. That's how good it is. And makes the game even more fun. Thanks for watching.